Hello, I would like to welcome you to this Aerospace Testing International and Testia webinar. I'm Ben Sampson, the editor of Aerospace Testing International, and today's webinar is titled Addressing NDT Personnel Challenges, the Power of a Multi-Method Tool. So today's webinar is going to cover how people can optimize inspection time, improve efficiency, and ensure that expert inspectors are focused on where they are needed the most. I won't be giving the webinar today. Today we have two speakers from Testia who are going to give the webinar. Guillaume Ithorald, who is Chief Technical Officer at Testia since 2010. He also leads the team in charge of developing, assembling and maintaining inspection products and equipment, primarily for airframes in manufacturing and in service. Guillaume began his career in 1997 at RD Tech, now called Evident, for a voluntary service program. In 1999, he was employed as a researcher for Aerospace, the original French company that formed part of Airbus. He contributed to several patents and papers there. We also have Javier Silva, who is NDT Inspector, Level 3, ET, UT, Level 2, MP, PT and RT. He joined Testia in 2021 as an NDT Level 2 Inspector. He was promoted to a Level 3 Inspector in December 2023. He now provides training and technical support to his inspection team deployed at Airbus's final assembly line in Hamburg. He began his career in 2008 as a sheet metal worker in the Chilean Air Force, transitioning to be an NDT inspector in 2013. There you are. Thank you, guys. That's great of you. Just one other thing I'd like to mention before I hand over to you, and that is if you're watching in the audience and you have questions, please do submit them on the box on the right-hand side of the screen. The guys won't respond instantly, but we'll get back to you after the webinar. Okay, so Guillaume, please do start.
Okay, thank you very much, Ben, for this introduction. So this presentation includes 7 sections, as you can see. The first one gives an overview about Testia, our company. The second one reminds the current context in the non-destructive testing world. The third one lists a few troublesome consequences on daily inspection operations. The fourth one describes the solution proposed by Testia. The fifth one is focused on the characteristics of these solutions. The sixth one includes a few use cases, both in production and in maintenance. And to finish, we shall conclude with the seventh one. Okay, so let's start with some information about our company. Testia was founded in the 1990s. It's owned by Airbus, 100%. Airbus is the leader for commercial aircraft, helicopters, military transport, satellites, and launchers. This is the reason why our mission is we make flying safe. We provide both services and products related to structural integrity. Our staff exceeds 600 employees who are located in 18 sites worldwide and support more than 1,500 customers. Testia proposes 4 capabilities to its customers. First one is training and qualification. We offer on-site and off-site and e-learning courses in different languages, thanks to more than 30 experienced NDT trainers. Second one is inspection services. We have more than 160 inspectors to support our customers for on-site or off-site operations, either in production or in maintenance. Most of them are certified according to the EN 4179 standard, which is the equivalent like the NAS 410 in the USA. The third capability is engineering services. We offer a broad range of services such as level 3 consultancy, expertise in materials and processes, structure health monitoring, periodical verification of probes, instruments or facilities, and calibration blocks. Also 3D metrology measurements, mechanical or chemical testing. And the fourth one is the one related to products and solutions. We have a lot, such as go-no-go tools, inspection software, inline monitoring equipment, and inspection systems. This presentation highlights some of these products and solutions. Now let's switch to the next section, which describes the current context in the non-destructive testing world. The main problem lies on the worldwide scarcity of the NDT inspectors. This situation results from 4 root causes. First one is aging staff. On the one hand, many experts are retiring. On the other hand, few young people are being trained or take this career path. Secondly, there is NDT is a little known profession. It has a low visibility and popularity among young people. Third one is related to specific skills. NDT requires dedicated technical education and training, but also a lot of rigor, which limits the number of possible applicants for this profession. Fourth one is the strong industrial demand. There is a growth, especially in aeronautics, but also in other transports, in power gen, and in infrastructure. What are the consequences on daily inspection operations? As long as the scarcity of NDT staff remains, the inspectors are overloaded and pressurized, which is not good at all. It's important to highlight that too much pressure on NDT staff can lead to human mistakes and reliability issues, which cause longer production and maintenance time, thus higher inspection and operational costs. Now, let's see what solutions are proposed by Testia to overcome this difficult situation. The main solution is one of our smart NDT tools named SMART UE1. It is a portable instrument which combines 3 methods: ultrasonic testing, eddy current testing, and resonance testing. It was designed to assist NDT personnel and empower their effectiveness. It reduces the human factor to a minimum, either by relieving certified operator from simple tasks as part of the diagnosis phase, or limiting repetitive tasks as part of the post-processing phase. In the next slides, we are going to explain how our SMART UE1, either by itself or combined with 2 accessories or additional technological bricks, can help addressing NDT personnel challenges. First accessory is the Smart Scan. It's a scanner which brings a high automation level in the data collection phase so that the operators can focus on other tasks. The second accessory is the NDT UT software, which assists the inspectors in the analysis phase so that diagnoses are more reliable. The SMART UE1 and its technological bricks bring 4 main benefits. First, they mitigate the scarcity of the qualified NDT staff thanks to go-no-go apps such as the CLAD tool that can be used by non-certified operators so that certified operators can focus on critical tasks. Automated features included in Smart Scan and NDT UT to save time also. As a consequence, they limit the pressure on production and maintenance thanks to time-saving features. They reduce also operational costs because they require less spending on training and hiring highly qualified personnel. And they require also less indirect cost, downtime, audits, and rework. They enhance the workflow because they allow a clearer process with go-no-go apps. Either the measurement is compliant or it is non-compliant, which means that there is no complicated interpretation. Now let's focus on the smart NDT tools characteristics. This timeline illustrates the evolution of the SMART UE1 and the UE1 box variant. It started in 2012 with the light version, which was prototyped by Airbus Group Innovations, then industrialized and distributed by Testia. Over the years, we improved this range of instruments, considering the feedback from our many customers, and we managed obsolescence issues with some components. All of these versions are easily connected. They run with Microsoft Windows, and they are proposed with standard UT and/or ET software. Some optional assisted diagnosis modules dedicated to aerospace applications are proposed for certified and non-certified operators. The SMART UE1 is the Swiss Army knife of NDT. This aerospace tool combines ultrasound, eddy current, and resonance in one single device. It is referenced in more than 185 NTM procedures to maintain Airbus aircraft. It secures digital continuity between acquisition and reporting. It offers up to 7 apps for efficient, flexible, and reliable inspections. It is adapted for various levels of expertise. Basic mode with assisted diagnosis for limited level 1 operators or even non-certified technicians with such as B1 mechanics. This includes apps such as thickness gauge, direct measurements, and CLAD tool for which is based on a sort of conductivity measurement. But it is adapted also for expert mode for NDT certified inspectors, such as level 1 or level 2 or level 3. This includes applications such as UT flow detector, ET flow detector, including rotor test for boreholes, thickness gauge with ASCII display, galvanometer, and resonance. As already mentioned, Testia paid a special attention to improve the packaging of the latest version of the SMART UE1, which is also based on a standard tablet PC. The SMART UE1 is durable, resilient, thanks to its large corner bumpers, its metal housing in the backside, and the foreign object damage preventing transport case. The SMART UE1 is practical with multi-position handheld and clamping tool, side handles. All these features allow operators to hold, hang, or dispose the instrument wherever they need. The SMART UE1 is ergonomic thanks to its touchscreen, which can be used even with gloves, but also the buttons for direct access in the bottom side, and also 2 cameras, one in the front, one in the back side. The SMART UE1 is flexible thanks to its full connectivity, both for software, thanks to Windows operating system, and for hardware, thanks to Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, HDMI, SIM card slot, etc. Finally, the SMART UE1 Evo has encoder's input. As a consequence, it can be connected to any scanner, like linear wheel or wire draw encoder, or XY scanner. Let's see now how it looks in practice. Javier, do you want to show the...
Yes, I have a video to share with you. I record this video to show how it looks, the application we use normally in manufacturing and also in final assembly line.
Okay, now I'm going to show you the 3 applications that we use the most. And I'm going to show you now CLAD tool. This application, it's very good because you don't need to be qualified to use it. So it's a readout instrument. So in this case, the person or the inspector who is going to do the inspection, the CLAD inspection, they only need to follow the instructions. So the equipment itself provides you everything for doing the proper calibration. And then the CLAD tool is ready and you just have to do the inspection. So In a part with cladding layer, it's going to show you clad, and in a part without cladding layer, or when the cladding is removed in a blend out, you're going to see no clad. Now let's go with ultrasonic thickness gouge. This application is pretty useful because you have a small screen for checking and also for setting your parameters for doing when you have to do a thickness measurement, like a grid measurement. So we have, for example, an easy way to calibrate, only 2 steps. What also we like is that you can move the gates with your fingers. So it's pretty easy when not just pushing buttons, but using your fingers to move the gates. There is a feature of grid that you can use it also. You can here set the grid measurement as you want. You can do the measurement manual or automatically. You can save your measurements in this way. For example, if we set it as automatically, we just run the measure, and after the beep, you can just change the point that you want to check. And also, you can just do it manually. Like that. And after all, when you are ready with your measurements, you can save it in CSV or Excel file. Then you can export it to your normal reporting file. And now let's go with the ultrasonic inspection. This is our Pulse Echo ultrasonic inspection. I'm gonna show you here how we can inspect CFRP material. And here you have all parameters that you can use for changing filters, everything you need. Here you have this speed wizard, is the auto calibration that the equipment have. Also a TCG curve to correct the amplitude of our signals. And I'm gonna do it now. So then we have a 3 points curve, and then you can see how a defect looks like that. And also our amplitude is corrected by the TCG curve.
So can we go to the next ones?
Okay. So as already said, the SMART UE1 can connect to any type of scanners or encoders. Our Smart Scan is one of them. It is a 3-axis gantry automatic scanner designed to inspect planar components up to 120 centimeters by 80 centimeters as standard dimensions. It is robust thanks to its frame made of aluminum profiles. It is simple and user-friendly. The software to define the trajectories is so intuitive that NDT beginners get immediately familiar with it in our training center after a few minutes. It is multi-method. You can connect any UT or ET instrument with TTL encoder inputs. And its accuracy is 0.1 millimeter, which allows to characterize or periodically verify ultrasonic transducer plotting acoustic beam cross sections. So this video illustrates how you can connect the SMART UE1 Evo with the Smart Scan. So thanks to the clamp, you can combine it one with each other. Then you just have to connect the cable for the encoders and the connector for the ultrasonic transducer. Then launch the application. UT in this case for ultrasonic testing. Then you just have to click to select the right setting, which was predefined. Position the specimen in the immersion tank, remove the bubbles. And then there is an automatic scanning pattern, which is adapted to the components. So to teach this pattern, you need only 2 points in the corner of the rectangle. And then the acquisition is automatic. So thanks to the gates, you can plot, for example, one amplitude C-scan and one time of flight C-scan at the same time. And then you can process them with NDT Kit UT software that I can show just after. So the UT data generated by our SMART UE1 are compatible with the NDT Kit UT software, which is the reference in the Airbus world. This software enables to post-process any kind of normal incidence UT data, 2D or 3D, full waveform or multi-peak. So it brings some time savings and it increases reliability thanks to automated features like defect detection, porosity evaluation, and thickness measurement until the full reporting in many formats, among them DocX, PDF, STL for exporting 3D contour of the defects in the CAD model, or Excel is also available. It is compatible with many formats, more than 25. So that means that you are capable of post-processing more than all these file formats from various ultrasonic testing instruments. There are some 3D features. This limits distortion, and it allows also an accurate defects positioning in 3D. And then you can also customize this software either via Python scripts or through the software development kit, the SDK. And upon request, Testia can offer to develop custom plugins specifically tailored to any needs. So another video to illustrate how NDT Kit UT works. So we are going to load the data files which were acquired with the Smart Scan. So amplitude C-scan in the bottom of the screen and time of flight C-scan or thickness C-scan in the top side. So you can change the color, the palette as you want with a predefined grayscale, for example. Then you can correct the backlash effect, which is sometimes due to the transducer or some mechanical issue. So here you see that the edges between the steps look much better. Okay, so zoom and unzoom or focus or unfocus with the wheel of the mouse. Then we can apply a mask to remove everything which is non-relevant. I mean the exterior of the C-scan, so that we have an edge shape C-scan. And then you can load some predefined selections, one per step, for example. you can display some information related to, sorry, first there is a backward echo filter algorithm which is applied to remove the backward echo and isolate the defects. And then automatic defects detection, which generates a table of defects in the bottom side with all the relevant information, the length, the surface, the max value, the mean value, and much more. And you can also display some statistical information for each selection. And you can have all the dimensions displayed also in the window. So that's it for NDT kits. Okay, so we are now on the sixth section of this presentation with a few use cases for manufacturing and maintenance. So Javier, do you want to comment
Yes.
this example? I think that you are the one taking this snapshot.
Yes. So, for example, here in Hamburg site, we are working in manufacturing process and also in final assembly line. And we faced a lot of situations where, for example, like in the picture we see, is a confined area, is inside a fuel tank. And for going inside, is only one inspector can fit there. And normally an extra equipment is not reliable to take it. So for that, for example, in those inspections, we need to use ET method and also UT method for doing crack test technique and ultrasonic inspection or ultrasonic thickness measurement. So in these cases, for example, we use the SMART UE1 Evo because we can also work with a mirroring feature. As you see in the picture, we can export our measurements into this mobile phone. So we don't have to go with the complete equipment inside. So we only take a long cable with our transducer or with our probe, and we can just control everything in our mobile phone. So this is great because we have more space inside the confined area to work. We can do easily perform in a better way our inspection, and yeah, it reduces the risk of create some extra damages on the aircraft, also damages on the equipment, because it happens sometimes because it's a confined area and sometimes you can step into a wrong area and then you can broke the equipment or yeah, create more damages on the part that we don't want that. So that's a mirroring, a screen mirroring functionality. It's great to support us in this kind of inspection. And yeah, we can go to the next slide. Okay, and also here in manufacturing, we have many times this situation that you see in the picture is a big blend out area caused by mechanical damages when the mechanics are riveting or when the panels are transported from one side to another side, from one station to another station. So for this kind of inspection, we also do both methods, ET and UT, using crack test, cladding inspection, and ultrasonic thickness measurement. So for this, we have a quick response in large inspections areas. Also, we have in our tool, we have an application for grid measurement. So you don't have to, for example, like in a conventional equipment, you don't have to write by hand your results. You can get in a grid measurement feature, you can save your results, your measurements, and then you can export it to a Excel file, and then you can work with that in your laptop later for reporting and so on. So the easy way that that you can perform the inspection with this device, with the SMART UE1, is that you can just take one equipment, even one cable, just changing the port in the encoder. Also, you can bring in, maybe in your pocket, you can bring the transducer and the proof that you are going to use, and you just have to change, nothing more. You don't have to, for example, if you are over a step or in a platform, you don't have to go back or going down to the steps and take the other equipment you need. Is everything faster, having everything just in one. So it's easy to switch between ET and UT. The next slide, please. Yeah, and for example, in assembly line, assembly department is always an urgency. So we take here in Hamburg this kind of defects like an urgency every time, because if they need a quick answer, because they are waiting for us to assemble the parts. So in the picture that you see, that blend out is just in the jointing area between two sections. So, and that area specifically is on top of the fuselage. So it's between the first stringers. So for sure you need a platform or a special platform or a special step to reach the area. And it's annoying when you need to, when you change, for example, from ET and to UT, you need to come back and take the correct equipment and then change everything. So you can have everything at the same time, going just one time over the aircraft, reaching the area, like we show in the last slide. And yeah, we can provide a fast result in this way. So people, the mechanics in the assembly line, they are happy when we provide a fast and a quick response. And we also are very comfortable doing the inspection because we don't have to go and back every time. Here in maintenance, it's the same. So for MRO jobs, we can use also our devices. We have for ET, for example, galvanometer, like the well-known defectometer, and also impedance plan for surface crack detection, also for rotary scan using in the boreholes. And as you see in the picture, we can set also our equipment in small areas. We have a clamp to attach in safe areas our equipment also, so you can easily work with your free hands. And yeah, just as Guillaume said before, it's a Swiss Army knife of NDT.
Okay, thank you, Javier, for all this use case. So
Welcome.
now it's time to conclude. So to wrap up this presentation, if you remember in our introduction, we highlighted a major pain point for the NDT industry, which is the qualified NDT staff scarcity, which leads to more pressure on this NDT staff, increasing the human factor and potentially affecting inspections reliability. This can result in increased production or maintenance times, which in the end means higher inspection and operational cost. Then in this presentation, we showed how the solutions by Testia can help to mitigate this NDT personnel challenge with the SMART UE1, our multi-method tool, which allows basic inspection tasks to be performed by non-certified operators thanks to its dedicated applications such as the CLAT tool and the thickness gauge direct reading. As a consequence, it frees certified inspectors so that they can focus on more critical tasks. We saw also the Smart Scan, which automation capabilities help again to free some operators to focus on other tasks, as well as reducing the human factor as part of the data acquisition phase. And we saw also the NDT UT post-processing software, which assisted diagnosis functionalities, limit repetitive tasks, hence saving some time and improving the reliability of the data analysis. Using separately or combining these three tools help better to manage the workflow without compromising on quality by reallocating qualified entity staff where they are needed the most. The tools that we have presented today can be used throughout the life cycle of an aircraft, from R&D to raw material inspection or component manufacturing, or even during assembly and maintenance, either scheduled or unscheduled. This is valid for SMART UE1 and NDT UT, which can help at all stages. For the Smart Scan, it's limited to R&D, raw material inspection, and component manufacturing. So as takeaways, please keep in mind the main benefits of our tools. SMART UE1 relieve certified inspectors from simple tasks that can be performed by level 1 operators or B1 mechanics when we speak about maintenance. The Smart Scan automatically collects UT or ET data on planar components. And finally, NDT UT support the inspectors for repetitive tasks so that they can focus on critical tasks. So thank you for your attention. Now it's time for your questions.
Guillaume, Javier, thank you so much for your interesting presentation. It's great to see the inspection devices in use. So I have the first question here. You saw a lot of pictures of Airbus aircraft. Can the devices be used on non-Airbus aircraft?
Yes, this instrument, the SMART UE1, is an instrument which is compliant with international standards. For example, the ISO 232 for UT and the ISO 15438, I think, for ET. So you can use it on any aircraft, and even not only in the aviation industry, but also in other markets where NDT is needed. So yes, the answer is yes. We insisted a lot on Airbus aircraft because of our ownership to Airbus as an affiliate, but also because this instrument is widely referenced in the non-destructive testing manual of Airbus for maintenance. But yes, you can use it on mixed fleet.
Okay, excellent. Okay, I haven't. Thank you. I have another question here about training and learning. So how long does it take for a technician to learn how to use SMART UE1 for the first time? What's the typical learning curve?
Okay, so depending on your certification level, if you have no certification and you want to use the simple apps that were designed for this purpose, like, for example, the CLAD tool or the thickness gauge measurement without a scan display, then half a day is enough. That's what is recommended, for example, for limited level 1 operators. Then after upon request on the level 3, there is a questionnaire, multiple choice questionnaire with, I think, 20 Q&A. And if you succeed in this exam, then you can operate the CLAD tool without any problem. If you are a certified operator, then of course you possibly you will spend 2 weeks in one of our training center to learn the method, either UT or ET. Then you had to practice for several hours to have the exam. And then if you pass the exam, I mean, our instrument looks like a lot of other instruments. It's even I think, simpler than most of the instruments because it's really dedicated to aerospace. So for the aerospace, definitely a few hours to see all the menus and find the main settings is enough.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question here about the NDT UT. With different teams in different locations, can multiple users collaborate remotely on the same data set?
Okay, so today, when we have some use cases at Airbus, like for example on the A350 wing covers, which is a huge component, which is approximately 36 meters long and 6 or 7 meters wide, and there are some measurements acquired every 2 millimeter. So it's a huge quantity of data, and to post-process this kind of huge data set, it is possible to run in parallel NDT Kit and to cut the data set into small rectangles, which look like one screen size. And then in parallel, several operators can analyze the data. And as soon as one screen is post-processed, it is compiled in one single report, even if there are several operators. Now your question is, if there are several operators located in several locations, it's possible also. We are right now developing a cloud solution which can be connected on NDT Kit so that you can host the data on a server, cloud server or on premise, and you can have several operators working in parallel with NDT Kit UT.
Okay, so it's coming soon.
It's coming.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you. So I have a question here. I noticed the video about the immersion inspection, but if you need to, a question about larger parts in production, if you need to perform a UT immersion inspection for larger parts in production, can Testia help users with that as well?
Yes, we have an activity which consists in designing some customized or special machine depending on the requirements from the customer, and we can adapt the same principle like the smart scan, but for huge part we can deliver some yes, very, very large automatic scanning inspection machines. Very recently we delivered one which is 17 meters long and 6 meters wide. It's a robot which is attached on a gantry upside down. So the envelope of scanning is a huge one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's large. Okay, good. Good stuff. Thank you. So I just have one final question here. It's to do with the SMART UE1, and it's to do with the inspection data. So how is the inspection data stored in the SMART UE1, and how easy is it to transfer or integrate it into a workflow?
Okay, so the SMART UE1 is based on a tablet PC, as I told you. So and this instrument is runs with Microsoft Windows. So as there is a USB stick connector, you can transfer the data thanks to this. If the tablet PC is recognized by your network, you can just transfer with a Wi-Fi connection to the server. There are a lot of possibilities. If you have a smartphone card, you can put it also in the backside of the tablet PC, and then you can also have a connection exactly in the same way like your smartphone. So there are different ways. To point also is another possibility. So there are different ways to archive the data if it is needed. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Unless you want one more question, Guillaume, I feel like we're picking your brains too much. Will you be exhausted, tired?
It's okay. Maybe one for Javier because I spoke too much. Sorry for that.
Javier, we got one question for you. Okay. So it's about NDT Kit UT. What kind of reporting features or customization options does NDT Kit UT offer? Customization.
Maybe I cannot help you so much in this field.
No.
Yeah, actually, Guillaume is the expert in this
No, it's true that
field, but yeah, it's actually because we are not using NDT Kit yet in Hamburg. We are now trying to implement it in the future. So that's why I cannot give you the best answer of this. So please come back with the Guillaume.
yeah, we in fact what we can highlight there is that the one trend in the aerospace is to try to improve traceability. And to improve traceability, there is a long process because NDT is a very conservative world. There is a long process to replace the old way of working, which consists in having single probe and to perform some manual inspection without any traceability, or just let's say traceability consisting in reporting on transparent papers the marks that are performed by the inspectors. We try to replace this way of working with phased array technology, like the technology which is used by, for medicine, or eddy current array technology, which gives immediately some C-scan. And then once you get the C-scan, it's very useful to open NDT Kit and then to process the data. So back to your question, NDT Kit UT, you can customize it in different ways. First, without the support from Testia, you can write your own scripts. The programming language is Java, so it's a sort of Java. It's Jython. Sorry, it's Jython. It looks like a Python, but with a sort of Java layer. So that's one possibility. The second possibility is to ask Testia to develop a plugin which will belong to you. If you pay the development, of course, the plugin will be your property. So yes, these are the two main ways of customizing NDT Kit UT for your own use. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Okay, so thank you for all those answers, and you did really well there, guys. Thank you. I mean, have you got any final comments, any final thoughts that you'd like to say to the audience today before we wrap up?
No, but if you have any question, feel free to get in contact with Testia. Go to our website. There is a contact section, and we will be happy to answer any of your question or requests and support you.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Thank you.